Warning, I'm just having fun with old cars. I hope you get some tips and a good laugh from watching, but don't do what I do on your projects. Oh hey, didn't see you there. What is up, everybody? Just getting ready for the Olympics. Woo! Ooh. Sorry you had to see that. Pretty sure I got the 2028 breakdancing Olympics on lock. I'm just saying. I mean, you guys seen a little taste of it. I got 4 years practice too, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Today's episode, what are we doing? I'll be honest with you guys. It's Saturday. It's pretty nice outside. I don't feel like killing myself today. So, truck is stuck right here. Really need it up there. Oh yeah, I gotta get ready to leave in like 30 minutes. I did go do a little shopping yesterday. And by shopping, I mean, I went to the junkyard. So, I got some goodies for the front of the truck. It's not really what I wanted, but I basically got a whole front bumper and all the lights for what the headlights and marker lights are going to cost me. So it's a good pro tip if you're building on a budget. If you have a pick-a-part near you, they update their inventory online as they get stuff in. So once a week or so, once every couple weeks, I go on and check, and they got a couple of these S10s in. So I went down there and was able to get that stuff. So that worked out good. I'd like to get that put on today because the front end looks like that, and I just want it to look like a complete truck. I also have 2 weeks or less until my daughter gets here, which is great news, but it also means I need to wrap this deal up. Also, I got another electric fan to put on. But, first things first, I think we're going to pull that header off. If you watched the last video, it's leaking terribly, so I need to pull it off. And we're going to re-TIG weld that tube, and also check everything else, make sure there's no other cracks. So, I'll be honest, I'm not going to bore you guys. We're taking that header off. You guys will see me test fit those headers a bunch of times if you watched the old videos. If not, please go watch them. Also, please like the videos if you want to. You don't need to, but if you could, that'd be cool. Maybe tell one person you know about them. Or don't. You don't have to, but it would help out. Anyway, now that I've sold my soul to the YouTube, I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna get that header out, and then I will catch up to you guys when I got it on the bench and we're kind of inspecting it to see what we got going on. Okay, this is gonna be hard to believe, but China got me on this deal. Wait till you see this. Okay, so exhaust leak here. That could be this not being flat, whatever. I have the cure for that. However, you see the kind of welded around there, welded around there, welded around there. Huh. What happened there? Welded there. What happened there? I either got the Monday I Don't Care edition or Friday Time to Go Home edition. So the good news is I have a TIG welder and I have stainless wire. I think I could probably fuse that together. The bad news is I got a bunch of cleaning to do because all that soot will not let the stainless weld good. So I'm gonna get to cleaning on this, and then I gotta get my welder out of the cave over there, and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we don't warp the flange even worse than it already is. Ha! Okay, first things first. Wire pokey thing. Make sure you don't run it into your hand, because that hurts. Ask me how I know. Step 1 complete. Now, this is just acetone. I can't get the lid off. Come on. Dude, why are you... It's childproof, and, well, I'm a child. I like to put a lot of acetone on the Scotch-Brite. Or a lot of acetone if you're, you know, just feel like wasting it. So, get a little rag action, a little bit of acetone. It would be really nice to have a long belt sander where you could make sure this thing's flat, but I ain't got it, so we just ain't gonna worry about it. You're never gonna get this perfectly clean now that they've been run. I wish I would have been paying attention before I put this together, because it would have been a lot easier to weld it then, but I didn't, so here we are. I would say that's probably about as clean as we're gonna get it. Right there. So just really basic steps to clean it, but the cleaner you get it, the better it's gonna weld. So I'm gonna get set up to weld this thing, and I'll see you then. Okay, I got my junk all set up. You can kind of see what this looks like now that it's clean. There are some pretty big gaps here and here, so my game plan with that is I will weld this section here where it's tight, and then I'm going to take a hammer and a punch and try and knock those over where I don't have such a big gap to fill. This is 045 308 stainless wire. It's just what I got, so it'll work. Also, I'll be running quite a bit of gas and a gas lens because, for one, I'm outside, so that's terrible for TIG welding. And stainless likes a lot of gas coverage, so all that will be in an effort to make this not crack, hopefully. Anyway, I'm gonna do the zappy thing. Okay, now we do a little tappy tap. Okay, so couple tips if you're doing this at home. Don't do it outside, because the wind is going to screw you up every time. It hasn't been windy. I struck an arc, got windy. Whatever. It's fine. Other tip is, let me show you. Your ground, even if you have a welding table, just hook your ground straight to the whatever you're welding. Because if you just hook it to the table, a lot of stuff it doesn't matter, but you're gonna have an area, whatever's touching the table, which in this case might have been right here, but if you have your flange touching, that's where you're gonna have a little arc there from the current transferring. So it's better to just hook your ground not to a mounting surface and directly to what you're welding. This is, I don't know, I think I had a miniature stroke or something today, because that looks awful. But you know what? There's no gap in it anymore, and it shouldn't leak. So we're gonna take that as a win. I've gotta let that cool down. I'm gonna put my welder up because there's no reason I should need it, and it's just one less thing to trip over. And then we'll get the exhaust button back up, hopefully, and do something. I fought with that header for way longer than I should have, but it's back in. I'll show you. Get a little light in the situation. Header's back in. Everything should be good, I guess. It was an absolute pain to line up that V-band and everything else, because the V-band is like almost up against the firewall, which is a nightmare. But anyway, real quick, I'm gonna get this other fan put in. I didn't really show the install process last time, so I figured I'd show it. Unless you probably won't care, that's fine. I'm not gonna show wiring it because I just gotta attach it to the wires I already run, so that's no big deal. But let me show you kind of how this goes together, and we'll move on to putting a front end on this thing. That I'm excited for. Finally. It might look like a pickup, so hang on. So when you order one of these cheap Amazon variety fans, coincidentally I ordered this from the exact same company I ordered the first one. I just ordered it without the install wiring stuff, and I got a different fan, so that's fun. But they come with these little mounts. Obviously, if you're mounting it to a shroud, you can just bolt it. There's bolt holes, but we are not doing that. So there's a bunch of different, you can put them here or here or here or here if you want to, and here if you wanted to. I'm going to, unfortunately, these cheap fans, a lot of times they fit like this, so I will probably have to do what I did on the other one, which is glue it in place, which is quite unfortunate. But you stick those on. These, again, I briefly mentioned these in the last video when I put the other fan on, but they're basically like zip tie, like an open-ended zip tie, pretty much, sort of. And this deal here, you will put this goes through, hang on, it'll go through here, and then there's these little foam deals. I put one of those on this side where it sits against the radiator, and then on the outside of the radiator put another one of these and the clippy thing that I just showed. This thing. I try to put everything up against foam. These kits come with these little springs. Just forget about them. I've never seen the purpose, but that's kind of how it goes together. I will try to video it somehow, and then we'll move on to the fun stuff. Okay, once you got those fish through like that, just put your foam pad on. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Foam pad, and then the little retainer deal. And then you repeat the same process. Okay, hey, I was just gonna time lapse through all the putting the front end together because I'm literally using a box of leftover bolts and screws and just piecing all this together, so I don't want anyone to think I'm doing it the right way. But I found something that I have to show you guys before I cover it up and no one believes me that it said this. Because I think it's pretty freaking funny. So, yeah, let me show you. This is the grill, obviously. It is a reproduction, as you're about to see. It's pretty easy to tell. Let's see, we got a part number. You can see made in Taiwan. Where the hell's Taiwan? I've heard of Taiwan. In fact, there's a lot of stuff on this truck that's probably made in Taiwan. I don't know where the hell Taiwan is. Anyway, maybe you guys won't find that as funny as I did. But I read that and I chuckled. So I thought I better share it with you guys. Okay guys, it's been running, the fans are on. I have no idea if you can see or hear me. It's fine. Got a fire extinguisher just in case. We're gonna see if we can't go around the block. I don't know if I'm ready, but we're about to find out. Well, it still got forward. There's children yelling at me. That's fine. Pretty nice with a quiet exhaust. Oh boy. Feels like the brakes are holding pressure. Okay. Transmission is mad. Retreat. Well, I don't know. This transmission seems unhappy. I'm not really sure why. Well, well, that was short-lived. Well, we're doing it. Definitely got brake dragging issue. And it needs an alignment. But it's still doing the thing. Uh-oh. That ain't good. Uh-oh. Well, welcome to the scene of my second breakdown in about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or something. I stopped filming because I was in the middle of the road. Broke down. So that's good. I was able, this thing keeps losing fuel pressure. I don't know if it's the pump. I don't know. The pump's running. Maybe it's intermittent. Maybe it's plugged. I really don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to be taking the tank out of it, which sucks. The transmission is unhappy. I don't know if it's a fluid level thing. I don't know if that trans is just bad. Could be. It's kind of my worst nightmare. But it is what it is, I guess. So now truck is stuck right here. Really need it up there. So I'm going to oh yeah, I gotta get ready to leave in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna figure out how to get this thing out of the middle of the road / my driveway. And I don't know. That might be the end of it. I got it in the yard. Two things we gotta look into is maybe adjusting the band on the transmission. Power Glide's got a band on them you can adjust. Hopefully that helps our transmission problem. And we either have a bad fuel cap, and the only reason I say that is because when just now I loosened the cap and it seemed to fix the problem. So if we've got a bad cap, it could be kind of vacuum locking the fuel, so that could be a thing. The pump could be going out. Usually in my experience they just die. They don't like work and then don't work. It could also be the sock on the intake of the pump. It could be plugged. I hope it's not that. I really don't want to have to pull the tank out of the thing. But either way, we got it looking pretty good. And we are steadily making progress. If you could afford to buy all brand new junk, you wouldn't deal with this. But that's just the way it goes when you're cheap. And that's kind of what she's looking like. So, still a lot of good news today. Still a lot of bugs to figure out. Next time, I probably won't take it around the block if I don't have someone that I can call to come tow me home. It was a risk I wasn't going to take, and then I said stop being a little girl about it and take the risk. And I did, and I paid for it because I stood in the road trying to fix it. Luckily, actually, I had a couple people ask me if I needed help, which was nice. One of them was an old friend, so that was cool. I appreciate Tennessee people. They're kind. But anyway, I've talked too much. We didn't get a lot done, but progress is progress, I guess. So, yeah. On that note, see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, doing all the likes and subscribes and the comments and the just hanging out. Yeah. See you guys next time.